I move for no man, no man, no man, no man, no man. We'll call it a draw. No man. Just a flesh wound.
What's up, dudes? Did you guys see the Jake Paul fight?
I did not.
Yep.
Yeah.
I did. I have to commentate on things now, so I have to watch everything. So I have to, even though I don't want to.
What do you mean? You didn't want to see it?
No. On a Sunday afternoon, watch that dog shit? No, I'm good.
What'd you think of it?
The right man won for sure. I actually thought Paul was going to win. I never really thought much about Tommy Fury, even though he's a real boxer. I just think that Jake Paul takes it way more seriously in terms of training, his camps, everything. He's been doing it like nonstop for 5 years, like legit training hard. And Tommy wants to like be on The Bachelor. You know, he likes getting haircuts and being tan and looking good. But the kid can fight. So Jake Paul.
What'd you think about his technique?
Tommy Fury?
Yeah.
I think he boxed smart. I think that he stuck to the game plan, which was to use the jab and make it a boxing match the best he could. He was not deterred by the power of Jake Paul at all, which was surprising to me. A couple right hands the first round, whizzed right by him. It didn't change the way the way Fury fought at all. And even when he did get hit, nothing seemed to ring him, nothing bothered him, and he kept fighting well.
What have you guys been up to?
Well,
What's going on?
Smoking some picanha in
Right
my
now?
fucking brand new smoker that I got for Christmas.
A Traeger?
I
What
am
do you got?
looking. No, I don't got a Traeger. It's just like I think it's called Masterbuilt or something. It's just an electric one.
Oh yeah, Master Belt. I know that.
But it's not bad. It works well. I hear the Traegers are like legit, like really like top of the line, but this is a good start. Because who knows? Like I got it for Christmas from my parents, and kind of like I agree with what they said. It's like you don't want to spend thousands of dollars on a piece of equipment if you don't even know if I'm going to use it. So it turns out I fucking use it for everything. I literally don't cook anything. Like I literally organize my life around smoking whatever it is that I'm going to cook for the next meal. Like sometimes I wake up early and put shit in. Sometimes my entire life revolves around this fucking smoker. So
dude,
yeah.
Texas got a hold on you, boy. Ooh.
Dude, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's some real
you can't live in Texas if you don't have a barbecue. They actually kick you out of the city.
I did piss a lot of people off the other day though, because I posted something because the first thing I cooked with the thing was a brisket for a party.
Nice. Mm-hmm.
And it was good, but I also cooked a picanha the same day because they actually accidentally sent me, or not accidentally sent me, sorry, they sent me another smoker that was kind of fucking damaged, but it was usable, but it was fucked up. So they just like didn't make me return the old one after I sent them pictures, and they gave me a new one. So I had two. So I had the picanha going in one smoker, and I had the brisket going in another. And the picanha takes way less time. Like you put that shit on like high heat, it takes like 2 hours, tops, depending on how heavy it is, obviously. And the brisket, I mean, dude, this is an all-day affair. We're talking even a small brisket. We're talking like 6 hours, 6 to 8 hours.
Yep.
So, man, what I learned from that day is like, honestly, the price difference between the brisket and the picanha is really not that different. It's not that crazy. And, man, the picanha is done so much faster, and it tastes so much better. My first try cooking picanha, it was the best thing I ever tasted meat-wise, like even from a restaurant. Like I was
Really?
like, this is incredible. Like fresh picanha straight out of the smoker. Well, you got to let it rest for a little bit, but dude, it was
picanha's a really good cut. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, why would I bend over backwards for 8 fucking hours to have this subpar? Like I shouldn't even say subpar because brisket can be very good, but compared to
It's hard though. It's hard to make it though.
It's like a joke, man.
even in a smoker, it's really hard to get it done well, where you've got like the smoke ring under the meat and it's still
And
juicy
it's
without
like
drying
juicy.
it out.
It's
really
not
hard.
easy.
It's really hard to do now. It's not easy at all. And
No.
like Garry said, it takes forever. It's an all day affair.
So everybody, I post basically like, hey, like, you know, I'm kind of like half joking, and I'm like, you know, brisket is a waste of fucking time. Picanha's better, and these sort of things.
The barbecue heads went crazy that day.
Oh, dude, Smoke Bros went fucking crazy on me.
Smoke Bros.
One dude gets really angry because his like family owns a barbecue restaurant. He's like, man, he's like, you don't understand. You know, brisket's not a good cut of meat. So like the art is taking like a shitty cut of meat and like making it into something that tastes amazing. And he writes this like paragraphs. He's furious.
So now you got the barbecue community up in arms.
Oh yeah. And I just comment underneath that, polishes turd furiously.
Oh shit. Oh shit. What an asshole.
Good
I
comeback.
love it.
Good one.
Yeah.
I love
Good,
it.
good retort.
Dude, like it's not like I don't eat barbecue out here and shit. I'm sure I'll cook a brisket again, but it's definitely not going to be like my number one thing because it takes so long, man.
Garry, I was watching some of our old episodes, and
Yeah.
are we ever gonna get the mullet back or what?
Dude, whenever I fucking am able to grow my hair back, I would.
What happened to your sides?
Yeah, what is all that? What's going on with that?
It's just alopecia, man, but it's just way more aggressive than I've ever had it. Like usually I just get like one spot like this somewhere, and when I grow my hair long, I can cover it up. But it's so bad right now that like I feel like there's
what makes it like flare up?
Dude, literally nothing. Like I can't markedly figure out if there's anything that makes a difference. Like I remember somebody commented on like an old picture of me talking about alopecia, and they're like, oh, if you do this to your diet, that's your diet. Like, man, I have a lot of dietary changes in my life because I fight, right? So like,
Right.
you know, like there's periods of time where I cut all carbohydrates. There's periods of time where I don't have salt. Dude, none of those things have ever changed anything about my hair or my hair growth. He's talking about getting sun. Dude, I love being in the sun. I'm like Chris, like in the sense that like I'm not as pretty as Chris, but I like to be pretty. Okay. So I like to get my sun. I like to get my tan on. I tan very well. So I get as much.
You do. You get
Yeah,
golden. You get golden.
nice.
I just got a fucking 4-door Jeep Wrangler. I traded the Range Rover in.
Ooh,
I'm taking
nice.
the top off that bitch as much as I possibly can. So I'm driving around in the sun all day. That shit doesn't seem to change anything. It doesn't, you know.
Does it come and
you-
go though? It will come back some.
Yes.
Really?
So every single time I've ever had any of this happen, it's always come back, and then like 6 months later, I'll get a hole somewhere else. But this time it's been the most persistent and the most spots in the largest surface area of my head. So it is
It's
what
been
it
a
is.
while, right? It's been a couple months at least.
But I will say this, the one blessing of having my hair look like this is that when Will Smith fucking slapped Chris Rock for the Jada comment,
Yeah.
I got to fucking put people in their place, and they're like, you don't understand, she has alopecia. I'm like, fuck you, I have alopecia too. You know?
You don't know the suffering I go
You've
through.
been waiting your whole adult life to use that line.
Mm-hmm.
Garry, have you seen a doctor about that or no?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's the other thing that will affect it. Like the only thing that markedly affects it is if you go to the doctor and they'll do little steroid injections in the areas where, and then the hairs will start to kind of sprout back. But it takes time, and like I just get lazy with it. I just don't care enough,
Okay.
you know. So I'm just I'll buzz my head again, and that's that. And
So with alopecia, is that like an autoimmune thing? Is that similar to like vitiligo when like you lose your pigment?
yeah, it's very similar to AIDS.
What? Wait, what? What the fuck just happened?
Yeah, no, but yeah, it's an autoimmune thing supposedly. I mean, they make up all kinds of bullshit about it, but the truth is, in my opinion, that it's just not worthwhile enough to study. So they just make up some bullshit like, it's your diet, it's your stress. It's like, I don't know. They just like they say all kinds of things that just don't make any fucking sense, because it's like, dude, like there's tons of stressed people out there that don't have fucking alopecia. Like I'm not buying it. And also, good luck reducing the level of stress in my life. I fucking fist fight for a living. It's not happening. Like, Like, what am I gonna do? Oh yeah, like I mean, I do a little bit of meditation shit every once in a while, and that helps me mentally, but I don't think it does shit for the fucking.
If you weren't punching dudes in the face and choking people out, I bet your stress levels would be pretty high too. Because that's a nice release. I will tell you that. I thoroughly am way more relaxed if I fuck somebody up than on a normal day-to-day basis.
I feel the same way.
Hey guys, this episode is sponsored by Chimera Coffee. Use promo code FLESH25 for 25% off all products. If you love coffee and you buy coffee, then stop doing that right now and hook us up and buy Chimera Coffee at chimeracoffee.com. Yeah. Gary, how many fights do you have left on your contract?
I think. Let me think. So, the last, I think, put me at 8-1. So, when did I have? So I would have renegotiated at 5 fights because I wouldn't have fought the 6th.
Oh, so you did renegotiate your contract?
Like years ago. Like I don't have my original contract that I signed with them for. I've fought way longer than that. So I renegotiated around 5.
Yeah. So all your fights with them, like your whole pro fight career.
Probably had 3 or so, something like that.
Do you plan on renegotiating again?
I mean, we'll see what happens, man. I mean, let's show me the money.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I got it. I have a meeting set up for next week.
What's that?
I have a meeting set up for next week.
As your manager.
I got it.
Exactly. Why are you even asking questions? You're on top of all this shit.
No, he's doing this for the public because they're not privy to the conversations that Frank has.
This is for the pod.
Very good. Right. Well, for the pod, yeah, man. I mean, we'll see, man. You never know what's going to take place and who's whether or not they're gonna. I don't know. Maybe they're done with Garry Tonin. I mean, I'll say this: they haven't fucking put me on the U.S. card that they're doing in Denver.
That's very stupid.
I definitely look at that as a little bit of a fuck you. I don't know
That's crazy.
How many Americans do they have on the roster?
Like listen, not only am I not on the card, nobody's even had a conversation with me about it. Nobody even was like, hey, we know you're one of the US fighters here. I mean, we were sure you'd love to be on the card. Like, we're going to do what we can. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't even gotten like that. I confused about it. I fucking called.
We should all go. We should all go and cause a ruckus.
Yeah.
Hey, I got to
we'll get T-shirts.
Somebody after their fight or something.
Gary, have you reached out to Sadri or Chaudhry? What's his name?
I did reach out to Chaudhry, and Chaudhry sent me a message saying like, yeah, I'll talk to somebody, and that's what I got. So we'll see what happens. I don't know.
Well, you should
give me very confident.
Hit him up again, man.
His response didn't make me particularly confident that I was going to get on the card. Let's put it that way.
How many Americans are on the roster? Not too many.
I think they
Mighty
tried.
Mouse, Sage.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably Sage is gonna be on that. When is that? I'm trying to look it up.
The 5th of May. So there's still time theoretically for them to get me on there. So I tried to I wasn't gonna try to talk shit on social media, but I kind of had to because I thought maybe it would put a little bit of pressure on them. To say
Gary,
something.
you know what you should do? You should get your minions to @Chaudhry to get you on the card. Like
that's pretty much what I told people to do. Yeah.
When? On Instagram?
Instagram, yeah.
Huh. Do it again.
Yeah. I mean, Frankie, you should be working, man. What's going on?
I told you I have a meeting next week.
Love it.
Gonna get
this
this
guy,
done.
he always likes to hold information. He's one of those.
I don't really understand how it makes sense to not put me on it. I'm baffled. I mean, listen, I'm not saying take anybody that you have on it off.
They don't have that many,
for the most part that they have on it are deserving of being on the card. But what would be the purpose of not putting, have me fight anybody in the fucking division? Like, what is nobody willing? You know what I mean? Like, what's weird about it, like I said, is that I wasn't even contacted about it. Like, not before my last fight, not after my last fight, even though I specifically said stuff about it. I got nothing. Like, nobody, like I said, the only contact I had was with Chatri very briefly, and he said, "Hey, let me talk to some people," and that's it.
Gary, do you
It's a good card too. I'm looking at it right now.
did the guy that beat you last time, is he still the champ?
I don't believe so. No, I think I want to say a Korean fighter beat him. I don't remember the fight, but I just remember him getting beaten by somebody. I think he got edged out. I think he lost the decision or something. I don't think.
Dude, so is there anyone in one that's like a dominant champ? Because I see that the belt.
They knock each other off a lot.
Like right now, maybe not. But so the fight that I was trying to get was with Martin Wynn, because in my opinion, Martin Wynn, like so what you're describing right now as a dominant champion. Martin Wynn was the most dominant champion that existed in one championship for a meaningful period of time. He held belts in multiple divisions. He's beaten most of the guys that have fought for the title before. Yeah, he has a loss here and there. Yeah, he lost to the guy that I lost to, but like at the end of the day, I look at fighting Martin as more important than even winning the title to some degree. Like, even if I won the title and I hadn't fought Martin yet, I wouldn't truly I'd be the champion. Like, don't get me wrong. I'd congratulate myself and I'd fucking post and all that. Like, I'm not gonna,
I mean, you're probably going to get a pay bump if you have that belt too.
A part of me, if I won the championship and I hadn't fought Martin yet, I wouldn't feel like I'm the best guy in the division.
Okay.
Yeah, I really feel that good.
Mm-hmm.
Martin trains down here.
Yeah, he's in Florida.
I see him pretty regularly. Yeah, he was the man for a while. I think he was 2-division champ at one point, like simultaneously.
Yeah, he almost out 3 divisions, but he couldn't quite beat the guy in the 35-pound division, I don't think.
And what's his specialty?
Striking.
He's striking, but specifically he fucks people up with overhands. Like, he just sets up that overhand perfectly clean, and the dude, I mean, whether he knocks you out or whether he just slowly chips away at you with that shit, he fucks a lot of people up, man. And if and here's the thing, man, it's I would look at that and I'd be like, oh man, one trick pony kind of deal, like, or whatever the case may be. But man, he's done it to people from so many different backgrounds. Like, whether you're a top level striker, whether you're a grappler, whether you're whatever, like, he finds a way to win against everybody. And most of the guys he fights are considerably bigger than him. So
yeah.
I respect the shit out of that guy. That's why I want to fight him so bad.
He trains with my buddy who was the other dominant one championship titles for a while, Ung La and saying.
Like, he's on that card. He's on that.
They love him. He fights like 5 times a year. Like, they put him on everything.
Yeah, he does very well.
He's a badass. He was another 2-division simultaneous world champ, light heavyweight and heavyweight. And then he ended up lost like 3 in a row. And now he's on the comeback trail.
Yeah, his last fight was I think he got a $50K bonus for his shit. Speaking of which, let's talk about that for a fucking second.
You haven't gotten a bonus?
2 fucking minutes. Where's a $50K bonus? What the
fuck? Gary, these guys over at
Go
one,
ahead.
The guys over at one are fucking disrespecting you. I don't like it.
Dude.
Well, this is your job, bro. This is your job, right?
Matt Hume sits down with all of us, and he goes, listen, guys, I don't want to say it's guaranteed, but basically, if you finish your opponent tomorrow, $50K bonus. Like, literally, that's what he said. And then I sub a guy in 2 minutes, and I don't get a 50.
And it was beautiful.
And like, listen, I'm not trying to shit on anybody else that got a $50K bonus in that card. But dude, there were 2 people that didn't even get a finish. One of them retroactively got a $50K bonus. And me? Fuck Garry. Like, I don't know what the deal is, man. I don't understand. No, and it's not even like somebody like reached out to me and was like, hey man, listen, amazing fight, like, definitely deserving of whatever, but we had limited resources, but like nobody even said anything to me about it. You know?
I see what's going on here. I think it's the alopecia. I think that they are being discriminated.
I think they're discriminating on the
against
alopecia. Yep.
It's-
All right, so we got if you don't get on that Denver card, we got to go and we got to do alopecia awareness. Gary Tonin should be on this card. We all get T-shirts and posters. We fucking really go in. We get the whole alopecia alliance with us, and we make a lot of noise.
Bro, if you get the alopecia community behind you, you are going to the next level, Gary.
No, you tell me. There's at least like 75, 80 people involved in that.
And they make a ruckus. They make noise online, bro.
They're very loud minorities.
Have you guys watched the most recent South Park?
No.
Are you
So the most recent South Park talks about, or
I
maybe
didn't know they're still making South Parks. There's still like new South Parks coming out.
Oh yeah, they don't make nearly as many. Like they used to make like way more episodes per season. Now I think it's like 8 per season or something. But yeah, they still make them. They're into a lot of different shit. But they made an episode, and part of the episode was talking about brand management. So like, but you know, like obviously they incorporate the little kids. So like Butters is talking to Cartman about, or maybe not Cartman, it was Kyle or Stan or somebody about brand management, and they bring him into this office, and it's called the office was called Cumhammer, and I don't know if that's a play on for some other brand management organization, but it's still the most amazing name for a fucking ever. And so this guy's sitting down, and he's like, "Oh, let's find out what's the best brand for you," and he lists like a bunch of positive qualities, right? So he'll be like, you know, strong, independent, beautiful, victim, and victim is always added to the brand, like on some level, like it's like no matter what positive things you have, victim is like at the bottom, and it's like, dude, they're spot on with that shit, because that's everybody, dude. Everybody is.
That's our angle. That's our angle right here. You're a victim of discrimination due to alopecia. There's no other reason for them to not put you on these cards. I mean.
Right.
Listen,
I gotta play the victim.
If you follow the timeline of your hair falling out and you not getting these fights, it's right there.
It's evident. It's very evident.
Frank, I'm coming to this meeting next week. I think we need a little.
Chris,
you
remember how well this guy did when he had a mullet?
Yeah, he was on a tear.
Dude, Chris is with the fucking HOA. And and meeting with the people from the pool so during COVID changed him, man. Like he knows all the tricks. He's like, man, he's just play up the alopecia. Like that you could sue him. It's gonna be great.
I've been hanging out in Boca for way too long now. I'm picking up a lot of tricks from these people around me.
Chris is wise beyond his years.
Yes.
I got the gray hairs to show it.
My first encounter here in Boca was an old woman. She hit me with her shopping cart, and I like look at her, and she hits me like really hard. I was getting something on the shelf, and I look at her, and she looks at me, and she's like, "You better watch it." And I'm like,
Karens were invented in Boca.
The
first Karen exposure was in Boca. You might have been that might have been one of those. Might have been the first Karen.
I'm like, did I just get Karen? Like,
how old are you then?
Dude, I was like, it was in college. I was.
Yeah, were you 19?
I was like 20. Yeah, I was like 20. I was like 19.
That's
crazy,
awesome.
Crazy. She just fucking hit me really hard.
Frankie, how old are you?
Shut up, bro.
I'm serious.
Are you fucking? Are you trying
I'm
to?
fucking with you. I'm just trying to figure out how if that was 10 years ago, if that was 25 years ago. I'm just trying to figure it out.
I'm 35.
It's so easy to get him. I'm going to be 39 this week, so I'm getting closer to you.
Dude,
yep.
I was just watching a thing, and it was like two rappers. It was like Drake and like somebody else. I don't know who the fuck it was. And Drake is like, yeah, you know, I'm rounding 35 now or whatever. And the guy who was talking to is like, yeah, you're getting up there. And it literally rendered him speechless. Like he was like,
he was offended. He was offended.
Hell, it just sunk in right there. Like he just finally was reflecting upon it, you know?
Dude, I saw the most amazing Drake video the other day. Have you guys seen Drake like dancing at the club?
Mm-hmm.
So someone took that video and pretended like Drake was stealing his girlfriend. Dude, watch this. Watch this. Watch how funny this shit is. Let me see if you guys see it. This is Drake at the club. He's dancing. He takes the guy's phone, the girl's phone. He's like, "Hey, baby," and then look at what he does to the guy. And then the guy's like, "I'm gonna fight you," and the bouncer just picks him up, and he's like, "Oh, bitches!"
The best part is as funny as that video is, that's probably happened before. Like,
100%.
1,000%.
One-
He's definitely done that. The guy who made that probably happened to him, and he's like, I got to tell this story.
I got to
But
tell this story.
I got to make it viral. I got to make it viral.
Never believe me.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Speaking of which, this fucking deep fake shit, whew, it's gonna get real rough, man.
Guys.
These days, it's just gonna be impossible to tell. You're just,
Dude.
I saw one. It was Biden and Trump, and they were going back and forth. And they were cursing each other, dropping n-bombs. Fuck this, fuck that, back and forth. I was like, it was hilarious.
Dude.
In their voices.
In their voices, yeah. The AI
In their
now, the
voices.
technology is ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
Bro, soon enough where you're gonna be able to like prank call people and fuck with people on FaceTime when you have like
Rogan always says, he's like, if you've ever done like a bunch of podcasts or interviews, whatever, like your voice is gone. Like there's enough
You're fucked.
enough out there.
Yep.
Yeah, we're all fucked. There's enough out there. All of us are. There's enough out there for anyone to make whatever we are and say whatever we
I'm waiting for somebody to do it with John Danaher. I can't wait for that shit. That's gonna be fucking incredible.
Gary.
Have you guys ever seen the Don Janaher account?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever made that is a legend.
That sounds awesome.
You know the guy that made that?
So basically, Chris, because you've never seen it before, I would love to describe it to you and to anybody, our listeners that haven't seen this before. So it's basically a meme account where the guy is the ulterior persona of John Danaher. And it's like, John is very much like of the 80s mystique. Like, that was like, his prime in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
So,
He's like Don Johnson.
right, Don Johnson. So it's a play on Don Johnson, right? So everything on this profile is like Miami Vice, fucking colors.
Yes, love that.
He's got a fanny
Fanny
pack
pack.
that's like blunt fucker, or like he's like, it'll be like him like snorting coke next to like Hickson and Henzo Gracie, and like have a chick like fucking him. Like it's just the best. And the guy has I don't know what the fuck he does for his life. Like I don't know what his career is, but he learned how to do Photoshop on a level that I clearly am not capable of. Like this guy knows what he's fucking doing.
What is the name of this account? I'm gonna pull this up.
Don Don Jonaher.
Okay, yeah. So the Don John, I like that.
Yeah, it's so good, dude.
Gary.
I like that 80s twist that he's got. I feel like I've got that same mindset. Like,
Puts the music behind it. It's just he really does a thorough job. Like this is clearly a second job for this guy. Like
this shit came right up.
This guy goes on Instagram and makes fucking videos of John.
This guy's awesome. I'm gonna have fun with this later. This is great.
Where'd you see the fight, Chris? Oh, you didn't see it. That's amazing. Yeah.
The which fight? The Paul fight?
Yeah, because you had to see it for work.
Yeah, I watched it at home. And I had the podcast like immediately after. So
he had to make sure he was in a place he could be very drunk.
Yeah, and drive home and still be able to work all this equipment. In the beginning, I'm like, this is cool. Like I was making food, and the undercard fights are on. I'm like, oh, this is cool. It's kind of like football Sunday, but with boxing. Like I like this. And then I'm watching the fight. I'm like, fuck this. This sucks. the fight's not. It wasn't good. It's not good boxing.
Yeah.
It's all this hype, and you're like, oh, this is this fight, and it was starting to creep into me. It's like, oh, we got the Jake Paul fight this afternoon. Like it's Sunday. Cool. We got a fight. I got to talk about it. I've been looking into it. I'm getting excited for the fight. We're building up. We're seeing real boxers beforehand, guys fighting for world titles. And then the fight comes, and I'm like, oh, these guys suck. This is
Anticlimactic.
yeah. It was just like, oh, these guys are not good at this. It's two novice boxers that should not be on TV fighting each other.
Gary,
Go ahead.
so what, have you been keeping up with all this drama between Gordon and the B team?
Man, a little bit. Like,
Whoa, Gordon and drama? What are you talking about?
Dude, no. Like, he took it up a notch. Like, you don't understand.
I got it.
Bro, he's been going hard on Nicky Rod and Craig. And Craig has been going hard back.
Oh, wow. Our boy Craig? What's going on?
So originally the idea was, when the team split happened, it's like, hey, man, publicly, let's just go our separate ways and fucking do our own thing. And that's that. And we're not going to fucking talk shit about each other, whatever. But Nicky Rod just was completely incapable of shutting his fucking retard mouth. So over time, like he made the first mistake, which was basically publicly stating that like John and Gordon and the team like never taught him anything, and that like he just came in and trained. Like it was just.
Where do you say that?
What's that?
Where do you say that? Like on a podcast?
Podcast with somebody. I don't know. Somebody famous. Somebody pretty. I don't know who the fuck. I don't know who the fuck it was. Mm-hmm. But anyway. Yeah, so he comes out and says that, and that was the first step. And Gordon was kind of like, hey, listen, like whatever, like I'll let that slide, but like shut the fuck up, man. Like,
like he reached out to Nicky Rod?
Yeah. If that's the kind of shit that you're gonna pull, like it's gonna be no holds barred, and I'm gonna fucking come after you. You know what I mean? Like, but like I'll give you one chance.
Like a pass. Give him a pass.
Maybe you fucked up, but like keep my name out of your mouth. Keep, you know what I mean? Shut. We're not releasing. No, because man. Like we didn't release anything about the team split. Like,
I know you've been very tight about that.
I gave very brief, even on this podcast, I gave you like a brief, hey, people got some problems. I didn't go, oh, fucking Nicky Rod's like a pussy. Like I didn't, you know what I mean? Like I didn't like start attacking anybody, right? Yep. And Nicky Rod went straight into fucking basically attacking. So Gordon was like, hey man, shut the fuck up, or like we're gonna, it's gonna be all out war. And I guess he just fucking couldn't fucking do it. So he kept going. And then I think the last straw was him. I think he went on some podcast and basically said like the only reason Gordon wins is because of steroids. Is basically
I saw that.
Yep.
And then after that, Gordon was like, all right, fucking let's go, baby. And he told everybody, maybe not, he's not going to unleash, I don't think, on everybody, but like he basically said like, hey, Nicky Rod, did this. So like we're going. And then I think Craig, because Craig opened the door, he's going to go after Craig too, probably. But I think right now he's going to Abu Dhabi to fucking teach or something. So I anticipate that after that, or sometime during that, he's probably going to release some shit about Craig too. But
bro,
I mean, they can all compete against each other, right? Like they're all the same size.
Oh yeah, and many of them have. Like Gordon has competed against Nicky Rod and done very well. One time heel hooked him very quickly, and then the other time it was like he beat him in an overtime. It was a little closer, but also Nicky Rod was just like fucking oiled up like as much as possible.
Felipe Pena
Even Felipe complained about it the last match. And the funny thing is, Felipe was making fun of Gordon for like complaining about the greasing. But meanwhile, like he competes against fucking God, and he didn't even wait until the end of the match. Like Felipe was like, yo, this guy is greasy as fuck. Can you guys rub this fucking guy down with a towel or something? This is retarded. So anyway, they found that out to be true. But the Craig stuff is interesting because somebody asked me, they're like, oh, who do you think is winning in the beef between like, Craig and Gordon and the B team, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I have to say this, like Craig is capable of being funny. I've seen him do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have to say, like some of the jokes that he's come up with, and of course I'm somewhat biased, some of the jokes that he's come up with in this beef have been pretty fucking retarded. Like he did a joke where like he like entered a contest to like win Gordon's Miata, and he like drives the Miata around and then throws Gordon's like book out the window. And I'm just like, you kind of pull the Family Guy there. Like, and not that Family Guy can't be funny, but I'm just saying like they just throw a bunch of random things together. It's like basically he's like, oh man, Gordon's giving away Miata. There's Miata, and there he made a book, and I'm driving around the car, and I gotcha. And it's like you just kind of took a couple things that were relevant and mixed them together. Like there really is no joke here. It's like, okay, the greatest joke was the irony that you entered the contest because you don't like Gordon. Like, it's not that funny. Like, it really was. I don't know. Maybe there's some people out there that like fucking lost their shit and thought that was the funniest thing ever. I actually do think Craig is funny. I think he's capable of way more than that. But I feel like
he made
blindfolded throwing darts at the board.
He made like 5 videos though.
I haven't seen all 5. I'm just saying that some of them are fucking dumb.
He made one about Gordon's like diarrhea or whatever, his stomach problems. He made like a bunch of videos, but he took like a lot of time out of his day to make.
That's what blows my mind about this. Like you guys can go like
bro, it's
be
crazy.
against each other instead of making videos back and forth. It's a different world I'm used to.
That's what Gordon says.
Hey man, that's what I was bitching about when Ryan Hall fucking attacked me after my fight. I'm like, bitch, we both grapple. Let's fucking go.
We can fight. Yeah.
We grapple and we fight, but of course we fight.
Especially it's grappling. It's like, yeah, we could do this every other weekend. It's not
right. That's my biggest beef with Ryan Hall. Is like, listen, pussy, if you got beef, let's go. You think like this isn't real? Let's fucking grab. I don't understand what's stopping you. Like he got hurt recently, so obviously, whatever. Not recently, but like within the last few months or so. So fine. I'm not like calling him out while he's injured. But prior to that, he was fucking perfectly healthy. It's like, all right, man, you talk a bunch of shit. Let's go. And it's not like you can't make money, dude. You can make money in fucking grappling matches now, especially with Ryan Hall. That shit would pull some fucking. That would be some real money. It's not like it's gonna be a fake payday. Like, you don't think Ryan Hall could make $50K for that match? He could. No problem. So what the fuck's the deal? You're going to try to tell me that, like, you're not about it because like, there's no money to be made? Bullshit.
Yeah, and again, it's not a fight. It's not like you're not getting brain damage from it. You don't have to do, like, a crazy long camp.
Why did he come at you, though?
Because I lost to the guy he was training? Like, I don't fucking... Dude, I have no idea. He basically insinuated that one of the last guy I fought, the guy I fought before the last guy,
Thon Lee.
Thon Lee, he was
the champ.
That guy. So Thon, they're interviewing us prior to these fights, and Thon, and Thon's with me and stuff, and like one of them, I'm literally in the same room as a guy, but they ask you questions, and they're trying to antagonize you. They're trying to get you to say something that they can use for a fucking promo, right? Like they can't work with, well, I really respect Thon Lee and he's great, and I think I'm really great too, and I want to win and he wants to win. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can only do so much of that.
Yep.
Before like everybody's just fucking bored, right?
Yep.
So, at some point they ask you a question and they back you into a corner and force you to say something
exciting,
antagonistic to whatever your opponent is going to say. And basically they back me into a corner to say, I don't think my opponent's going to be able to handle, my submissions or something like that. And Ryan Hall took that one interview, and I had tens of interviews before that talking about how much I respected Thon Lee and how much I respected Ryan Hall and all these things, and I gave him credit. And I haven't liked Ryan Hall in a meaningful period of time, and I still was really nice because I'm like, hey, me and Thon are fighting. It's not me and Ryan Hall. It's not about Ryan. I'll just give credit where credit's due. Ryan's tough, and that's all I said. And then in this one interview, I say like, oh yeah, I don't think he's ready for like my submission threat or something like that. So after I lose my fight, Ryan like loses his shit and calls me like a disrespectful piece of shit, basically, on Instagram. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, you're
you
can't, man.
So you can't express your opinion on thinking that you're a better, that your submissions are like.
Well, you can't win in the way that you're supposed to win. Like that, you can't believe in your ability to beat the guy that
exactly.
you do best.
Exactly. I didn't even say like he sucks. I just said I don't think he's going to be able to handle my submission game or something like.
Which is very valid.
And normal. Like, what the fuck was I supposed to say? Oh yeah, I'm going to go in and get knocked out. Honestly, the funny thing is, I did say that. I literally said, like, oh man, I could get knocked out by this guy. He's an incredible fighter. Like this, it's not like I didn't give credit where credit is due. But anyway, yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, he was just jumping on because he
wants
lost
to
to
be
the guy
relevant.
that he was with. And yeah, I mean, I didn't realize that he was fighting that recently. You should definitely fight that fucking guy. I'm looking at his record right now.
Is he still in the UFC?
Yeah, he's in the UFC, so it's like hard, obviously, because of the contact and shit. But grappling is always possible.
I think he
Right, yeah.
I think
totally.
he got knocked out in his last fight.
Yes,
Yeah, he fought that tough Spanish kid.
Oh, that guy's good.
That guy's a beast.
But even still, he played an extremely weird game against that guy. It made no sense. He kept going for like the same weird like turning movement and kept getting the shit out of it. Like
I saw that fight, oddly enough, because I don't watch a lot of UFC.
And I had multiple opportunities at Thon's legs, and every time I went for the legs, like I was just getting pummeled viciously. Like I probably would have tried to do something different. Just so happens I got knocked out. But I'll tell you what, I can learn from my fucking mistakes. So yeah, I don't know what the fuck was going on. He must have.
Yeah, that was when he was doing that weird like backspin, right? Like he was like.
Yes, yeah, he was
spinning. I remember that.
Opponent. Like, dude, a boxer looks at a fight like that. Like, I'd imagine you watching a fight like that and being like, "What the fuck is going on?" Like, you're taught in boxing, like, dude, to turn away.
Back.
Dude, it's like, dude, that's a cardinal sin.
If you do that on purpose, they'll stop the fight. If you turn your back in a boxing match, the fight's over. The ref is gonna be like, "Oh, you're not defending yourself. Fight's over." Like, what the fuck are you doing? That's like you said, cardinal rule. You do not turn your back.
Right.
Did you guys see CoffeeZilla go in on Dylan Dennis?
No.
Oh my god.
I don't even know who that is. CoffeeZilla?
He's like an investigator.
Said you didn't
He's
know
like a journalist. What's that?
I said I wish Chris had said he didn't know who Dylan Dennis was instead. But
I honestly don't know what he is. I know what he's talking shit about, but I don't know what he's actually known for other than that. But I know he's known. I know him because of all the fights that he picks online and then pulls out of immediately before.
So CoffeeZilla is like a journalist, right? And he makes YouTube videos exposing people. Like he exposed Logan Paul for like a coin, like an e-coin, a Bitcoin type of deal scam that he had. And he's exposed like a bunch of people, right? But he's really good. Like his videos are very like quality. Like they're very well produced, well put together. The guy's good. And he's got millions of followers. Like the guy's legit. And he made one with Dylan Dennis. So what he did was he created like a fake Bitcoin. Because he's noticed that Dylan Dennis like once in a while like promotes websites and like online betting things, and what he says is that this kid's just like doing money grabs without finding out, like without doing his due diligence on what these companies do, and like he I think that Dylan once called someone out for doing that while he's doing the same thing himself. So this guy like built a fake company and reached out to Dylan Dennis with like a fake account or one of his friends' account. And he's like, "Hey, what's up? I want to sponsor you if you give a shout out about my company." And dude, they made up a fucking fake company, and they exposed the guy. Like he actually did the commercial, like he like tweeted it or put it on his Instagram, and the thing was like Dylan Dennis, and the thing was a link. So when he promoted the link was the CoffeeZilla video exposing him, like saying that he was a fraud.
Ouch,
bro! He got like super burned. It was the most amazing. Like
so, homie took the chance that he wasn't even gonna click the link, and he was right. Like,
bro,
I'll give you money.
Yeah.
Post this on your thing. Yep. Taking the chance that if he clicks this link, he sees that I'm dogging him. He didn't even click the link.
Dude, I'm gonna send you the video. It's really good TV. You guys got to see it. But
haven't
now
seen the-
dude,
I just heard it on Twitter. Like I saw it reposted
dude,
that he was doing.
I feel so bad for Dylan right now. This guy just like I do. I feel after watching that video, I feel bad for him.
Any of you
I don't feel bad for that guy.
eyebrows are tilted in a way where I am disgusted and confused with Frankie's response that he feels bad for Dylan
Yeah,
Dennis.
I don't feel bad either.
I will never, nor should anyone else ever feel
in the world.
bad for Dylan Dennis.
I was just on his page, and I'm like, fuck this guy.
About him is a fucking like he should have to suck all of our dicks for speaking about it because he doesn't deserve it. He never will. He never deserves anybody speaking about it. He hasn't deserved it since he actually did anything where he used to actually compete halfway decent in grappling. I'll give him that. I'll give him his due. But since then, he hasn't done shit. Doesn't do shit. Doesn't seem to be planning on doing shit. So I don't know why the fuck anybody talks about him anymore. I'm sad that he came up on the podcast, but it is what it is. Topically, we have to speak about it.
And not talking about him, but we live in a world where all of these kids are calling people out for fights that are never going to happen. And that's the move now. You just call everyone out. I'm going to fight this guy, blah, 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 call him out. Fight never even comes close to happening. But you get a lot of attention and you build your numbers up and you get social media famous without actually doing anything. All these kids are famous before they fight. You're famous before you did anything. How are you famous for being a champion? You're never going to be a champion. You're never going to win a big fight, but you're already famous for fighting? No, because for calling people out. It's wild. It's so foreign to me that these people.
Fuck, man. It's not even just calling people out too. It's like it's the social media. The way people leverage social media now is to the same point of like it's like everybody on social media with a brand is basically a used car salesman. Mm-hmm. Like it's literally to that point. Like where we might in society like going to a used car salesman would be like one of the few places where we're like, oh man, we got to have our guard up. Like we know we're gonna get fucked with. Like we know this guy is gonna try to fucking take us for all we're worth, you know. But like basically everybody is that now, especially of the younger generation. Like man, I get it.
Because they see it. They've seen it work.
I get it, and I get it the same way that I get like going on a date with a chick for the first time and trying to be the best that you can be. But there's a difference between trying to present the best version of who you are and just completely bullshitting. And it's getting to the point where it's like complete bullshit. And you're like it's not even really like there's a word for it that I'm lost on for a moment, which just means like extreme exaggeration. But it's like no longer even extreme exaggeration. Hyperbole, that's what I was looking for. It's no longer hyperbole, it's just straight up lies. You know, and basically everybody's a fucking fraud now, and everybody like that has done nothing presents themselves as though as they have done. Everybody who's got a fucking 1,000 followers is an influencer, and it's just like, you know, like shut the fuck up. Who are you influencing? You know what I mean? It's like it's like the old adage, dress for the job you want, not the job you have, and everybody's taken that to like the nth degree, where they're like, well, you know, I'm not the president of the United States, but I may as well try to create the persona that I am because that's what I want to be. And it's like, it's just so gay, dude. Like, I can't.
Dude, you know who else got burned? Brendan Schaub by his old producer.
Well, he gets burned all the time. I feel like every 3 months he gets burned.
Dude, apparently, like, Brendan, like, fired him and he didn't pay him. Like, he owes him money. And the guy still had Brendan's Twitter like password, and he made a video saying that Brendan like is a fraud or Brendan like talking shit about Brendan, and he posted it on Brendan's Twitter.
Oh, that's rough. I don't think that's cool, honestly. I think that's.
I'll say I don't think that's cool with the caveat of like unless he fucked them out of like a lot of fucking money or something.
Yeah,
you know?
money's one thing, but I mean
if Brandon owes $1 million and he's like, nah, go fuck yourself, I'm not paying you. You know what I'm saying? Then it's like, okay, you know, if you owe me $1 million,
the dude said it was $16,000. The guy says
that's not that much money.
Dude, you know what this guy's actually doing? He's going like on a podcast tour, exposing Brendan.
Yikes. But he seems like the kind of guy. He's pissed off so many people that like there's a vitriol against him that people
Bro, there's
really
like
want to like.
there's a like a subreddit on
There's
Fighter and
YouTube
the Kid.
pages.
That's fucking crazy. How much hate that guy has. Crazy.
Frankie, explain to me what a subreddit is. I miss you guys. I learn a lot of things when I'm here. You know.
It's like Reddit.
Yeah.
So it's like a page like dedicated to Fighter and the Kid, and it's got like thousands of people on there. Just hate. It's just pure hate for Fighter.
It's just like a forum board.
Yeah.
Of that topic.
Yep. Just pure hate on Fighter and the Kid.
It's funny.
And thousands of people.
Mostly, I think Reddit is filled with scum, but to some degree, there are times, I won't lie, there are times where I need to look at it. Like, I'll tell you this, I just bought this fucking wood burning hot tub. Now, there's a lot of questions that you might have. Why the fuck would you buy a wood burning hot tub? We live in the fucking 21st century. What's the reason that you would need?
Is it in your backyard?
It is. I dug a fucking whole thing for it, put gravel underneath it. I did the whole thing. So I'll say this, the first thing I did was fucking check Reddit for that thing because there was no reviews. It's a reputable company, but the specific product that I was ordering had no reviews. Did you buy
it for like sex?
For what?
For sex.
No, I wish. But it spent like $4,000 on the fucking thing. And
I got to see a picture of this thing. I'm my mind is.
Yeah, I'll send you guys pictures after. And like, man, like, I'm thinking to myself, like, and honestly, it's not that much less expensive than a regular hot tub would be. So I'm not saving here. It's mostly just a nostalgic, cool. I like burning shit, So all right, wood burning hot tub, that's fucking cool. It's this. It's basically like a wooden barrel that you build around this fucking thing.
How many people fit in there?
4 to 5. That's what it says.
So it's for sex.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's a lot of work, though. That's a lot. You got to start a fire.
But I kind of like little projects and shit. Like I just enjoy that.
I just mean for sex with what Frank is alluding to. It's like it's a lot of setup.
It's called.
For sure.
Yo, bro, what's that's like foreplay for the chicks. Gary's like outside,
them outside like this, like
cutting lumber, cutting the wood.
Oh, you don't have a bathing suit? Don't worry, you could just wear your underwear.
And Gary's just chopping wood to burn that shit.
Chopping wood to lay wood.
Chopping wood to lay wood.
Fucking full of baby oil on his chest.
Chopping wood to lay wood. So
anyway, I get this fucking thing and I check Reddit. There's nothing on Reddit, whatever. And I'm just like, you know what? Like, well, fuck it. I'm an impulsive guy. So it's not hard for me to just
Gary bought one of one.
So I'm like, fuck it. Let's spend some fucking money. Let's buy this fucking hot tub, right? I get the fucking thing, no instructions. I call the company up. They're like, yeah, we should have got them. We'll get back to you within 24 to 48 hours. There's nothing on their website, no videos. And they have other products that have videos. They have other products that have product manuals. It just so happens that the fucking thing I choose to purchase doesn't have shit. Now
they're all in the back like, holy shit, we sold one. Now what?
Chris, they threw a party for that seller. They're like, we fucking did it. We got rid of that fucking thing.
Now they finally send me a fucking instruction manual. Bro, the instruction manual, it is like, it doesn't even come close to the level of detail that a $20 Lego set would give you in terms of the detail of building.
Connect A to B, B to C, you're done, you're good.
It's literally 16 pictures of different angles of different positions of which the hot tub is being built. There's no instructions whatsoever. There's no words.
And there's no YouTube videos on this, nothing.
There's not even any zoomed in pictures of like shit that needs to be attached. It's a fucking disaster. Oh, by the way, the company is called Aleco. Fuck Aleco, by the way. They can
and there's no YouTube videos on this?
No, nothing.
No, that's why he goes to subreddit.
Similar things, but not the same fucking hot tub. And So, dude, I get this fucking thing. There's no instructions. They finally send me the instructions. I get the instructions. It's bullshit. It's just 16 pictures. Then I realize that there's hardware required, like there's screws and shit. They didn't send me any of that. So then they send me the fucking hardware. Finally, I get all the hardware. There's no list, by the way, of what you're supposed to have, like you would normally get in a manual. Hey, here's what you should have. Double check it. No, none of that shit. They have to send me that separately. Like, oh, hey, here's the packing list for like when we send it. Like they don't even include that. That's not even like a normal thing for them to include.
So how many different shipments did they send you?
Dude, this is baffling. At least 3. So I get all the fucking shit as I'm building
Chris,
it.
clearly they've never sent one before.
As
No.
I'm building it, I realize this is bullshit. Like I build the outside of it and I go to put the seating in and I'm like, there's a seat here where the water, even at the brim of the fucking hot tub, would only cover your lap. Like you're basically going to wet your balls. And that's it. So I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. So I cut all the seats in half. I drop them down and I make it everything lower than it's supposed to be. And I'm like, okay, this is the proper seating. So I fix that. Then I'm like, oh man, I'm finally finished. I dig this fucking trench. Through against all odds, I put this fucking hot tub together with no fucking instructions. I customized the fucking seats, and I'm not like a carpenter, dude. Like I kind of know what I'm doing, but not like I'm improvising, you know? So I fucking finally get a workable product done, and I go, it's time to fill it with water. Excitement builds inside me. I'm gonna get to use this fucking hot tub. Of course, the thing fucking leaks. It's just made out of wood. You know, like it's not like it's fucking airtight. There's no plaster or fiberglass or anything like that.
It's not functional at
So
all.
it starts, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go to Home Depot. I'll get some Flex Seal. I've seen the fucking ads for Flex Seal. Like
That commercial is awesome.
you could build a ship out of that. It's gonna be great, dude. I get 6 bottles of spray Flex Seal. I spray it on the inside. I spray it on the outside. It reduces the leaks, but I still got fucking leaks. Then I read a thing online that says, hey, wood burning hot tub, you got to let the water like seep into the wood so the wood expands. Makes sense, but also let's just think for a second. Oh yeah? So I'm just supposed to let water stay in the hot tub while it leaks out of the hot tub. Oh, with what fucking drainage system would you have to develop to allow water to continuously drip out of a fucking hot tub and not flood your whole fucking yard? Like I built a fucking like a gravel pit for the hot tub, but it wasn't 8 feet deep. You know what I mean? Like it was like 6 feet. So like, dude, after the water started dripping for like an hour, the whole yard was flooded. So you can't, there's no time for the wood to expand. So now I bought a whole bunch of more like Flex Steel.
Slip inside party, bro. Slip inside party.
Gary,
you got
Gary, you should send this case to CoffeeZilla because you got scammed, dog.
Hell yeah, dude. I'll say this. Anybody who's thinking about buying a wood burning hot tub that's made out of like pure wood, just fucking kill yourself because
Wait,
that's
so
a waste.
you didn't get it to work at all?
Oh, I'm gonna. I put.
But
this
it's
is
still open-ended. Wow.
This is Gary's personal.
This is sunk cost fallacy at its fucking finest. I've put tens of hours into this fucker. I am gonna make this work.
Money.
I have to piss plaster all over this fucking thing and smear it in to the point where it's literally half wood, half a plaster pool or like silicone or whatever. I just have to dump more silicone than exists in the fucking in the entire area of Miami with all the fucking tits and asses that were fucking injected. All right, if I have to inject more silicone into this fucking hot tub than that to make it work, I will. I don't give a fuck.
Gary, I believe in you. I believe in you.
Money and wasted too much of my fucking time. Bullshit. There's no way I'm gonna let this not work.
Send us a video.
We need an update on this for sure.
We need updates.
In a couple weeks, months, years, however long this takes.
It's gonna be next year, 2024, and Gary's still at it.
$20,000 later.
It's like, dude, you should have just gotten like a real hot tub. You would have saved a bunch of more money.
Dude, 1,000%. and like I want to fucking. I wish somebody would have fucking kicked me in the balls and told me that. I'm like thinking, I'm like, I like burning shit. I like the outdoors. I like building
Sounds
shit.
awesome.
It's gonna be fun. Nope.
You know what you should do? You should film a video about all your rant and everything you said right now and all the fucking shit that you've had to deal with and send it to that company.
This is it right here. I'll just fucking chop this up and
This
fuck.
episode, yeah.
Fuck 'em.
Yeah. But we need actual videos of the product.
Oh yeah. I'll
Call it-
attach
and
the
call it
videos.
chopping wood
Videos
from
and
Lakewood.
picture. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I left a review, like a shitty review, by the way, and realized the reviews don't even stick. Like they don't even.
No,
Like, they don't-
out.
If it's a negative review,
Take
they
that
don't
out.
allow
Take that out.
it on the website.
Clip it.
They don't allow
Don't
it.
do that.
Like, it's not like an Amazon product or a Google product or something.
It's
So
amazing.
I'm gonna have to be one of the cunts on Reddit that fucking writes a shitty review of this fucking product, so that hopefully one day, if somebody decides to buy this fucking thing, they don't, because it's a fucking disaster.
For sure.
First,
yeah,
last, and
Garry.
only purchaser.
Damn, dude, fuck.
If you send me videos and pictures, I'll make a montage. We'll put it on. We'll put it on YouTube.
Hey, I need to see pictures of this. I need to see pictures and video.
Gotta see it. Yep.
For
For
sure.
show.
Yeah.
I was trying to keep it quiet because I hadn't finished it yet. You know, I was gonna post it all online, but fuck, man, until it works, I don't feel accomplished.
Yeah, but now we have an updatable topic. So
Hell yeah.
Yep.
So pissed, man. So pissed.
It's okay, Garry. You'll make it work. We trust you.
yeah, we have
You're a
faith.
winner. You're a
I am
natural born winner, Garry.
So hard in that fucking hot tub. She has no idea what hit her. Like, it's gonna be the hate fucking is gonna be. It's not even towards her. It's gonna be towards this
Right.
company. She's gonna get all of it. She won't be able to walk.
She's gonna be a vessel for the hate.
Oh yeah. And there's gonna be so much silicone in the water because of how much I had to seal the fucking wood that I won't even need to use silicone lubricant. By the way, if anybody's looking to fuck their chick in a hot tub, that's the way you do it, by the way. Silicone lubricant. Water-based lube won't work because it just washes right off your dick. And like trying to do it without lube, it's a disaster. Trust me, rub that shit down with silicone. It's incredible. Well, not actual silicone, sorry, silicone lubricant. I don't know what's gonna happen if you put fucking caulk on your dick, dude.
That's not good.
Silicone lubricant. By the way, silicone lubricant just in general is pretty legit. I switched to it like after I fucked with it for the first time. When I was with my girlfriend in where the fuck were we? We were in Mexico. What part of Mexico? Tijuana. We were in Tijuana and we banged in a hot tub at the hotel there. All right, we used silicone lubricant, and after that, I was like, dude, silicone is the way to go. This shit, it makes everything feel soft and smooth. Like, it's better than lotion. It's better than regular water-based lube. Just trust me. Go with that.
Silicone.
Silicone.
I mean,
There you have it,
yeah,
guys.
for a hot tub, you definitely need something because
You definitely need it for water-based sex. Oh, by the way, I used to hate fucking like shower sex and shit with silicone.
I still hate it.
Game changer. But still, I prefer other form. Like, I still don't think it's the best form of sex, but yes, it definitely makes it way more manageable.
See, you learn things on Flesh Wound Podcast, people. This is why everyone tunes in. There's a lot of little nuggets of information scattered throughout the episode.
Garry, you're wise beyond your years.
Hey, man, you know, I'm just trying to help everybody out here, man. You know, I'm just trying to share the wisdom. That's it.
Spread the joy. All right, bitches.
All right,
I love
dudes.
Love you
I gotta
guys.
piss.
Stay
You
up.
gotta do
Peace.
Again, sooner next time.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude? Garry, it's all your fault.
I did have to pull out at least once or twice, so you know
Yeah.
it is.
That's what you do, baby.
Yeah.
I gotta
Pull
I
out
gotta
game
live
strong.
now. I gotta learn how to not pull out now. You know, it's a different thing, man. I spent most of my life pulling out, so you know.
Trust me, it's a lot better. It's a lot better.
Love you.
I
All right, dude.
See you later.
for
bitches.
no man